Hey guys, welcome to Cars and Health Bars. On today's episode, we get into some toxicity in the car world. Also, we get in on that Dead Island 2 topic. Let's get right into it. Big news, guys. You're going to hear this throughout the month. We have t-shirts. We are cutting off the pre-order by the end of the month. So if you want to get your hands on the first batch of Cars and Health Bars shirt, reach out to me via email. That is carsandhealthbars@gmail.com. We will post it on our social medias if you're interested or need to either hear this email again. Again, guys, going to make that cut off the end of the month. Enjoy the episode. I know you don't follow Cleetus as closely as I do because I wouldn't say I'm a super fan, but I'm definitely a fan. I've got like 4 t-shirts. I got the keychain. So I kind of feel a little bit certified to talk about some issues I have with the Cleetus audience in particular.
How me dripped up in Cleetus merch.
You know, and I've been following him for like 2 or 3 years, probably like 3 or 4 years more. Like
that, yeah.
Yeah. The first video I saw of him is that video that went super viral where he put the turbo whistles in his C7 Corvette, like whenever he was making the really dumb videos. But I just recently, man, I always knew that Cleetus had a group in his audience that were like super toxic. Like, I mean, like toxic. Like every time it goes back to whenever he first partnered with KSR Performance.
Yeah.
Which if you're a Cleetus fan, you know KSR pretty much built the El Camino mullet from like the ground up. You know, after he decided it wasn't going to be a jet car. Man, anytime that car would have any issue at all, dude, his fans would just go and lose it on KSR. And like even before that, Dr. Tunamal, his tuner, which he still hangs out to this day. Whenever they stopped talking for like a month, dude, they started questioning everything. They ended up having to make a video like, there's no beef between us. Like,
yeah,
they're bloodthirsty, dude. They just see.
I'll tell you, Cleetus did KSR dirty though, man.
How so?
Like, after he split with them, he owed like money.
Oh, really?
I don't know how much. Yeah, and he never paid that shit, I don't think.
I didn't know anything about that.
KSR suffered a lot from Cleetus, from what I know.
Well,
man, that sucks because they're a good shop.
KSR did at least get a lot of recognition while like I'm sure he got a big sub boost. Like I even subscribed to his channel. I didn't know about him prior, you know. I really love his car. Yeah. I love second gen Camaro. Dude, like he reminds me of one of those guys that's like Haney. He's super slow, but he's super meticulous and he does everything like after that car's done, it's like it's done, you know.
For sure.
And that's then Haney. This current drama comes up where the engine in mullet that he got from Steve Morris, you know,
it was like the best engine builder in the U.S.
Oh yeah, like the fans don't care at all about the last year. Whenever that car's probably making like 25 horse, 2,500 horse, and it literally drag and drive. Did several drag and drive events, won most of them. Like this car's running 6-second passes almost consistently, and pulls the motor out. Takes it back to Steve Morris. Steve Morris redoes everything, takes it apart, does a whole teardown, refresh. He gets it back. It lasts like 3 runs and a couple drag and drive days. You know, Cleetus ran it without oil a few times, but from what Steve Morris said, that didn't really affect anything. But the bearing spun a bearing on the one end of the block, and dude, his fans like. Steve Morris had to make a video, like, because his fans were, like, so crazy, giving him all these suggestions. Hey, man, this is what's wrong with it. This is what's wrong with it. Did you check this? Did you check that? Like, he even said that there were fans emailing his business email where he gets, like, inquiries on, like, people wanting blocks and stuff done. Like, that's toxic, dude. That's terrible.
Yeah, for sure. Like, don't let the dude who's been building high horsepower engines for years decide what's wrong with it. Let the YouTube community.
This man's got a business to run, dude. He don't have time to deal with these like people who think they're engine builders all of a sudden just because they, you know, watch Cleetus do dyno pulls all day.
Yeah, and people act like that 25 horsepower is like, I'm not gonna say it's not reliable, but it certainly comes with like its own risks.
Yeah, I mean, whenever you're dealing
Those
with
engine components are under a lot of stress compared to like your 400 horsepower LS and your fucking dad's pickup.
oh, absolutely. And you're dealing with an engine that is like it's built to drag and drive. Like it's made to withstand it. But I'm telling you, anytime something goes wrong, they just jump the engine builder, and it's crazy, dude. It's crazy to me.
It's either the engine builder or the tuner. It's never the driver, the owner. Like,
Yeah,
never.
and it's crazy too because Cleetus like is sitting here taking full responsibility. Like in the video where he announced that everything went wrong, he's like, "Guys, this is my fault. I did this," and they're still like, "Oh my God, why'd you? The crankshaft was bent before you even put it in there." Like,
I think KSR is gonna check crank. Like,
oh, this was after Kate. This is Steve Morris.
Or yes, Steve Morse. Either one of them, though.
Like this dude is like, there's no telling how much his motors cost. He don't even have the price listed. You have to email him to find out. Like this dude
I'm sure they cost a lot.
He's the deal. Have you seen his Steve Morris X block or SMX block?
I don't know. I saw he was at PRI and he had that panel wagon. Not panel wagon, but that wagon.
Yeah,
of his
yeah.
there.
That
I saw that.
Catastrophic engine failure. I think it spun every bearing and broke every single
was that
rod.
After PRI?
Yeah. This was here recently. Like every rod was in the oil pan. I'm pretty sure. I haven't watched that video yet, but just thumbnails looked like he had a oil pan full of rods.
I remember that was me and Warren really wanted to see that car.
Yeah, he definitely spun the drive shaft because he was giving it away to a fan in an order or something. But anyway, yeah, that's Steve Morris X block, dude. That thing, everything he could water cool has like the heads all have separate water ports going into them. Everything that he could put a water port in, and I mean
anything to increase reliability, pretty much.
Yeah, and everything is made in his house, like everything. You can't
all the fab.
You can't take an LS head and put it on his block. You can't do any of that. Like everything is his stuff. Aftermarket stuff will not work on his block.
I'll tell you what, that's kind of smart by him because you ain't losing your customer base, really.
That too, and you've got like his name is on the top of the block to the bottom of the block.
Yeah.
Like if there's failure, it's him to blame. You're not throwing on an aftermarket part and it ruining something and that being the fault.
And really, that's the way to do it, man.
Yeah, it is.
Having your buddy who's built a few 5.3s in his backyard, or your buddy with HP tuners, like a professional. Like even like shops, like smaller shops like ours, like we make mistakes, man. So really, the best way to go about having something reliable and it's put together right is consistency like that, where every block is the same. Like every in and out of it, and you've done it a million times, so it's all a package. And if you notice, a lot of higher shops do that shit too. They'll have stages, like stage 1 performance for a Camaro SS or whatever.
Yeah. It's all about ownership, and that it's almost better to put your name behind something like that too, because it's your product, it's your name. You
absolutely.
It's just a sense of pride that comes with that.
Yeah, you should stand by your product.
Getting back to what we were talking about, you've always kind of been like distancing yourself from the Cleetus group, and anytime Cleetus is at an event that we're at, you're like, oh my God, there's the Cleetus guys.
Yeah, for sure. I don't hate Cleetus. I've heard of some things from friends and stuff, and more particularly coworkers, that kind of make me not like him as much, I guess you could say. But I don't think Cleetus is like an idiot or nothing by no means, but his fans kind of take idiocracy to the next level sometimes.
I feel like his fans are the kind of people who...
I feel like he attracts, like, an audience I'd expect Whistling Diesel to have.
Yeah. I could see
that. But only, like...
Instead of his fans hating him, it's his...
Baby.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Yeah, I'm the same way. I like Cleetus. I love his videos. I watch them, like, every single day.
For
like,
sure.
Every day they come out.
It's definitely entertaining.
But like you said, his fans are not engine builders by no means, and,
yeah, a lot of them are people that don't even like just started driving. Like it's a lot of younger kids, or like people my age, and I wouldn't say I'm experienced enough to tell even Cleetus like much about what's wrong with his shit.
Yeah, and it's not everybody in his audience. It's just those people. If you
Yeah, for sure.
if you find yourself mid email to Steve Morris to tell him why the crank bent, then you're one of those people that I'm talking about. Because like
Yeah, for sure.
I'm sure
It's not even your business. Like,
and one bag at bad eggs, stands out from the whole bunch. I'm sure it's just like a handful of people because Cleetus has a lot of fans. I'm definitely one of them. And I'd love to go to one of his events if he ever has one nearby. I'd definitely go one time. I mean, I
man,
planned
he
on going to
needs
one in
to.
Florida.
I feel like that would be a good money maker for him. That's like a rapper going on tour or something.
Yeah, if he ever went to Beach Bend and Bowling Green, dude, he would.
Like he could go like to West Coast and East Coast and just make bank.
And his events look super fun. Like it's like all kinds of stuff
I
going
don't
on.
see why more like even like uh roadkill. Like they only have roadkill nights that I know of, and that's really far away. Like there's a lot of people who could do stuff like that and really help themselves and help the car community out.
Yeah, that and whole burnout contest thing is like the best thing ever. Just like bring what you want, bring what you don't care
Yeah,
to put in
bring
the
your shit
wall.
box. Like
Like I would totally
I'll
like.
take my S10, bro.
I was about to say if we just had some money laying around, I would not hesitate to pick up like a Crown Vic or something, some like old
We
hard
already got
body.
one in my backyard right now, buddy. Let's go.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Let's just get it and rip it.
Yeah, I think that's something that more influencers could be doing.
Yeah, that is the issue too. A lot of these influencers just want to stay behind their camera and stay behind their
Yeah.
computer, and they don't want to actually interact
Which
with their fans.
I
Yeah,
get to a point because a lot of people like just are crazy.
yeah, but if it's hard
Which
not.
kind of brings us to some influencers in particular.
In particular, who would you have in mind for that?
Uh, I don't want to like name drop no one
Yeah,
because I can't think of no one that's like really off the wall. Like I can think of this YouTuber named Scotty Kilmer. I don't know if anyone who watches our podcast would know him, but he puts out kind of like general mechanic advice and different stuff like car content on YouTube. He used to be like an older like sales guy for car like products and stuff, I think.
yeah.
Or mechanic too. Like he was definitely a mechanic at one point. And I don't like dislike him. He does have some good things to say, but then he also has some things that I'm just like, yeah, like he's real biased to like Toyota, and it just cracks me up watching some of his videos because you could just tell he's biased as all hell about Toyota. Like he's like their most reliable thing ever made.
Oh my god, that's a lot of people though. Like,
And I ain't gonna lie, a lot of older Toyotas are really reliable. So
that's a lot of
Good
people with the Toyotas and also Honda. A lot of the Honda people, they're like, you can drive a Honda 1,000,000 miles and it not break down.
I ain't gonna say that. That's Tyler.
Yeah,
Well, my
Tyler.
monitor just like unplugged. 1 second. Alright.
Yeah, I'm. A lot of these influencers, and I don't see why they don't get in on this because if you look at the success of Cleetus, he was. Granted, he took a humongous risk, but I mean, he bought that whole circle track, and he does several shows a year. He's even going so far to renting out his facility to other events, and I mean, he's so successful with what he's doing, and he's branching out. He's done Indy. He even, if you don't follow him and you're in the automotive world, he even bought out Bristol, like the Bristol,
Yeah.
It's crazy. I'm not sure if he filled it up or not, but I know for sure he bought that whole facility or rented it out for a weekend or whatever. That is insane to me. If you know anything about NASCAR, that's like one of the biggest tracks in the country. Yeah, and I really do think if there would be any, he might have considered it too. He's here in Bowling Green. He might have considered doing it here. There's already drift pad for burnouts and drag strip. I would love something local like that. That'd be awesome.
Absolutely. I wish we had content creators that were local to Bowling Green because Bowling Green is such a great area for motorsports, and I think a lot of people don't even realize it around here.
Yeah.
NCM, Beach Bend. You got a few more drag strips really nearby.
Yeah, that's why
Yeah,
I keep asking every time we have an automotive guest on. I always ask if they do a drag and drive because I've like this is like the perfect area to do one. You know, this would be like a great like southern Kentucky kind of, and it wouldn't even have to be Southern Kentucky branded because you know a lot of people come from out of state to do this. You know,
absolutely.
I think maybe even like close to Nashville, they've got some sort of drag strip. I'm sure down in that area.
Yeah, they do.
So it's like we have a perfect setup for a good drag and drive event down here. I think drag and drives just they're getting popular. They're starting to pop up in more places. I'm just really hoping that by us talking about that, it can get somebody listening that could make that happen or get that information to 1320 or Tom Bailey does Sick Week.
Anyone.
Yeah, anybody that has thrown these events together would want to. You know, there's a lot of people that would go to this. It'd be a good success and it'd be a lot of fun.
If you like local, I can think of BTR had that Cars and Coffee.
How big of a turnout was that?
It was big, dude. Like, and that was just like a local Cars and Coffee. That wasn't like one that I don't think they even. It might have been like on Facebook for like a week or two before they did it.
Yeah, and then the Bowling Green ones at MC at the Corvette plant, they're pretty big too, huh?
Yeah, which it hasn't been warm yet, but yeah, it's been pretty good turnout there. We had some people from out of state last time, like a lot of people.
Yeah, I know.
I'm telling you, BTR, like, I can see them, like, they're so good at advertising. I can see a drag and drive being set up with BTR, because BTR's got a lot of, like, reach in the LS game especially.
I was going to say, too, if you've ever watched one of these drag and drive events, between the tracks, you have to hit particular checkpoints, and it's typically something automotive related or, you know, landmark.
Yeah.
But
you could hit BTR or
perfect
NCM,
place to hit.
Corvette Museum. Like, there's so much car culture around here.
Even in, like, Cave City, I found out recently, I was just liking stuff from the podcast Facebook, and I seen that there's, like, maybe it's in Cave City, or somewhere close by, but there's like a racing museum somewhere close by. Granted, it's probably like some little small deal, but regardless, I think Holly recently donated one of their first carburetors or something like that. Probably wrong,
cool.
But Holly donated some sort of like ancient, you know, racing technology to the museum, and I was like, that'd be super cool to go check out sometime.
For sure.
Yeah, this is prime territory for a drag and drive, and if we ever get to that point of, you know, having a few thousand fans, then I definitely would be trying to make phone calls to make something happen. But I'm sure
I'd do it my daily at that point.
Yeah, just PR, just do it in our dailies.
How couldn't
I would for sure, and if I had the third
maybe
gen done,
maybe that'd finally get me getting the C10 done there.
Yeah, that'd be super cool. Have that ready. I don't know. Not having no AC would kind of suck.
Oh, you don't need no AC. You open them vents up and you just breathing, dog.
That right pedal's how fast your AC comes in.
Yes, sir. Those are the best too. Those just work.
But yeah, I really wanted to just talk about the Cleetus thing because it's really topical. It just happened and it really grinded my gears, man.
Sure, man. Like, I hate seeing stuff like that. I think there's a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? There's a lot of like blaming in the car community,
exactly,
especially on the performance side of things, because people just think that we're like robots, like we don't make mistakes, man.
Yeah,
I learned something new today. I learned like 2 or 3 new things today, you know, that I never knew before. And I worked on LSs for 2 years now. Like,
it's crazy too. It's like these fans think that, you know, the content creator owes it to them to keep that car running and keep everything the way it needs to be so they get content. And it's just like, I saw a few comments that were like, oh, now Mullet's not going to be ready to race, you know, whatever this race is or whatever. It's like, dude, it's life, you know. He's this isn't a TV show. This is a YouTuber. Like, it's this one dude and his shop. Like,
and you know that kind of ruins the way that people look at shops for stuff too, because people think their shit should be done at the shop real soon. Like, it gotta be ready for this race. Like, no, make it right. Don't make it rushed and go to the race and blow up.
Yeah, I mean. This isn't, you know, making pies in the kitchen. You know, not everything's the same. This is building an engine in a vehicle like this.
Yeah, you have to be very meticulous.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, watching what you're doing, I mean, just me and machining, like, it's just like if you care about your job and you care about what you want things, how you want things done, you'll take the time, you'll clean things,
Absolutely.
you'll be meticulous and you'll care a lot. When you start being meticulous, you'll start to care a lot more about the product that you're making or what you're doing in general.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I have on that. I didn't want to rip too hard and make people think I'm like some sort of Cleetus hater, because I absolutely am not. I'm in that same. I'm
You're
in that.
definitely not.
I'm in that same viewer count that you guys are in. Whenever you click on a Cleetus video, I keep up. It's like he's probably one of my favorite automotive YouTubers to watch, just because, like you said, he just does the craziest stuff. It's super entertaining. Like.
For sure.
Seeing his builds, and that's another thing too. He's gotten to the point to where he's got so many guys helping him out, and I'm sure he's got all kinds of money coming in from, and he can keep building and progressing his channel. It's not the same stuff over and over again.
He's a whole brand now,
Yeah, I don't see how he keeps so many cars. Like, he's probably gonna have to hire somebody just to like run his cars every now and again, so the gas don't get old or everything doesn't sit there for too
people
long.
just let them sit, man. We got customers who just like a whole fucking barn, like big ass barn full of cars.
That's crazy, dude.
It just blows my mind.
At what point?
I was gonna say something else. I forgot, man. What was I just gonna say? It was something about fuck, I can't remember. What were you talking about? Maybe I can remember.
Being meticulous. I was talking about that. Being
Yeah.
a huge Cleetus fan, him kicking out content quick because he's got a brand.
I can't remember. It's too late.
It's gone.
It was right there.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I got. If you remember it, we'll clip it in or something. We'll figure something out.
Okay. Man, I really wanted to say that.
We can always clip it in. We're going to throw it to a quick break, and we will be right back with the gaming topic. Today's episode is sponsored by Dubby, the energy blend that is waging war on big energy. Guys, if you're one of those people like me that goes into a gas station and spends $3, $4, $5 on an energy drink just to get you through the day, you have to check out this product. With their tubs containing 30 servings, it's going to save you so much money in the long run. And if you don't want to ball out and buy a tub right off the bat, you should definitely check out their starter pack. It comes with a shaker cup. The starter pack's going to come with 2 flavors, their Dragonade and also their Beach and Peach. 2 amazing flavors. I really love the Beach and Peach, and let me just tell you, I'm not a big peach guy, but it was really, really good. And they have a lot of cool, interesting flavors on their website, but a lot of them are under pre-order right now, so the sooner you get on that pre-order list, the sooner you're going to receive your product. Guys, head on over to w.gg and go check out some of their product. Any purchase you make on the website, use coupon code HealthBars10. That's going to give you 10% off. That's going to not only help the show, but it's also going to show Dubby that we're going to be a good partner to work with. Guys, I urge you, go check out their products. Go check out that starter pack. It's gonna be a great thing to invest in, especially like I said, if you're one of those guys that's cranking down those energy drinks like myself. Again, guys, go to w.gg and use code HealthBars10. And we're back. So, we both just watched the Dead Island 2 trailer, or extended gameplay. I'd watched it earlier in the week. But, our suspicions were correct. It is in L.A.
Yep.
So, I'm
curious if this is on Unreal Engine 5 or not. I doubt it is.
Yeah, not too sure. One thing they didn't show in the trailer is the vehicles. I'm kind of hoping that we got some cool vehicles.
Yeah, I feel like exotic cars are going to be in this game.
That would be super, super cool. And what I really liked is the game looks so similar to the first game, which is a great thing because, I mean, the first game really had it had a few small bugs, but, like, it was laid out good. There's no complaints about that. The UI is really good, and it just all looks the same, and I love that so much.
Yeah, it still feels like Dead Island by the gameplay, so that's what I like. Because, like, Call of Duty couldn't keep that as a franchise, in my opinion. Like, a lot of other franchises couldn't.
Yeah. I saw a lot of the zombies return, and if you got all the way through the extended gameplay footage, you actually see that the butcher comes back too, which is like,
Does he? God, I
yeah,
hate the butcher, bro.
yeah, and
That boy, wow.
another thing that seemed really cool. You kind of mentioned towards the beginning of the trailer, it looks like it's going to be an easy game. I didn't want to spoil it for you, but towards the end of the trailer, they reveal that you've got your basic types of zombies, your walker, your runner, your thug, all that. Well,
Yep.
on top of that, I guess you get a little farther in the game and you start running to mutations, much like Back for Blood, where it might be a flaming mutation. It might be, they didn't go in depth on the mutations, but
Okay, so it's kind of RNG based too.
yeah, and I'm sure, well, if they have a difficulty, I'm sure it's difficulty based also. You probably start running into those mutations.
Like on Dead Island, you always ran into certain zombie types
Oh, yeah, in like
at
certain areas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the ram was always in the city, bro.
Yeah, same thing with the infected having that stupid green haze on them. It was always in the city.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm super pumped, dude. I can't wait. It looked like they kept the whole modding weapons thing. It looked like maybe even like from what the trailer I saw, they had where you could have more than just one mod on a weapon.
Yeah,
and
three.
Dude, that's dope. Like, oh my
Yeah,
god,
for sure. I'm kind of curious if they do kind of like the first Dead Island did and have different areas like the island and the forest
Well, that's
or
what it looked.
jungle.
That's what it looked like. They showed
Did it? Because I didn't watch the whole thing, so.
there was a preview of the map, and like they were, you spawn in from what it looks like. You spawn in at the like your subdivision in Bel Air, and your first mission is to get to a hotel, which is wherever in LA, I'm guessing. So you kind of have those three main cities, probably LA. I don't know California very good, but I'm guessing LA, Bel Air, and maybe like Hollywood or something like that. But and towards the end of the trailer, it shows like your first mission, or maybe it's a side mission, but it's like you're a rock star trapped in his mansion, and it just like if they had made that one actor in a Zombieland, Bill Murray, if they had made that Bill Murray, that would have been so funny. Like that'd been the best throwback ever.
I wonder if they're gonna have any references to that other zombie game that just came out, Dying Light 2.
Yeah,
Because they had Who Do You Voodoo in the start of Dying Light 2 on that CD.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
I know
the character Ed, Who Do You Voodoo, sounds familiar.
I could almost guarantee that there's going to be a lot of, at least a few throwbacks to the first game, because I know if you pre-order, you get like a Benoit or Memories from Benoit or something like that. And the original actual trailer, not the gameplay trailer, but the actual trailer, you see this.
Trailer?
Yeah, no. The first updated trailer we got.
Gotcha.
You see our main character, which is on the cover, the guy with the big afro and the shades. He's kind of like, he seems like he's just kind of being chill about the apocalypse. Well, he goes out on a, gets whatever, but he comes back, and at the very end of the trailer, it teases at something. He grabs a katana out of the closet before he goes outside and kills more zombies. And that kind of makes me think they might tie it in that way. And if I had to take a guess, I would guess that the main character is related to the...
Sam B.
No, not Sam B, the other girl. The one with the katana. The
lady at the cop?
Yeah, but I don't know why she would have the katana unless the katana woman died and she somehow got a hold of the katana for her memory. I don't know.
I don't know how you pronounce her name.
Yeah, I don't know either, but I felt like that was a throwback to that. It could be, it could not be. If they put a lot of emphasis on him picking up the katana, like it really zoomed in on it. So that would be really cool if they tied that all in together, but if they don't, I ain't worried about it. The game looks dope.
I wonder, I think it'd be cool if you could hear, like, I don't know when this takes place, like if it's around the same time that the infection started in Benoit, but it would be cool if you could hear them on the radio calling for help and shit.
Yeah, and
at certain points.
At the very end of the extended gameplay trailer, you get to the hotel and you hear a voice over the intercom, so it starts out exactly like Dead Island 1. So I don't know what route they're going to take with the story. I hope I hope it's a long story. I hope it's something that we could play for a few hours. Because
Dead Island 1 was pretty long.
Dead Island 1 was very long, so I'm kind of hoping they keep that same length, and I'm hoping it's a good storyline, and I think it will be.
Absolutely, I think it will be. I think this is one of the few AAA. Would you call this AAA? I'm calling it AAA. This is one of the few AAA games that I would really be looking out for on my have on my radar. Like, no Call of Duty, no Halo. Like, this is something that's been in the making for a long time.
Yeah, and even if you're not a big, if you've never heard of the franchise, it's probably one of those games you could probably pick up, not have to worry about playing the first one. But first one's probably dirt cheap, and, you've got about a month until the game comes out, month and a half, so Dead Island
I think
is
this
fun.
is a game that most people would enjoy, too. Like, it'd be hard not to enjoy this game.
Yeah, I wonder up to how many players co-op. I mean, which it wouldn't really matter for us, but
maybe 6, since there's 6 characters.
That's kind of what I was thinking, but that'd be a humongous lobby. And I wonder how.
Really, I mean, they get like a 128 player Battlefield now, so.
Yeah, but I could think of a group of 6 people taking out a zombie horde. Sounds a little like overkill, but I wonder if they did it kind of like 7 Days does it, where it multiplies the zombies according on how many players are there. That'd be dope.
Yeah, I feel like they probably got something in place if it is 6 player.
I really wanted to get a dev on, and I'm still working on that. I really want to try to get a dev on or somebody with Deep Silver to talk about some of the things that they are allowed to talk about on the game beforehand, because like me and Jordan are diehard Dead Island fans. Got a lot of hours in that game for what it is.
That's one of my favorite games.
And it seems like the side quests are going to be the same, where you just kind of run into missions while you're going to stuff.
Yep.
I
wonder how trading will be.
Yeah, that's something I didn't even think about. Yeah. Man, I'm going to lose my mind if that guy says something about the Scourge. I'm just telling you.
No, what about
where did I put that?
Bloody head off.
Yeah, or where did I put that?
I'll never forget that, dude.
Oh my god, that's probably something that not very many people just laugh at but us. But that'd be so great if they put that in the next game, some sort of throwback to that, like a newspaper article. Man on island finally finds what he's looking for.
Yeah. Or got any food?
Yeah.
I hated that guy.
I love how the way they did the mechanic, like the dismemberment, dude. It reminded me of Mortal Kombat.
It's so good, dude.
I just hope they don't kill us with the slow mos like they did in Dead Island 1. Like it seemed like
that did kind of annoy me.
Every other kill was a slow mo kill.
I didn't see no slow mo in the trailer, so hopefully
I saw a lot, but it might have just been it might have just been for editing purposes to really show off the gore, but I'm sure they didn't get rid of it.
They're probably going to try and go to the more casual player base, so I wouldn't doubt if it is like that.
Yeah, that
I can live with that. That's not like end of the world.
It'd be cool if there was a setting to turn that off. That'd be super dope.
Yeah, that'd just be real easy to get rid of that.
Yeah, but I understand. I would probably want to play with it on for my first playthrough, but if it's me and you trying to beat it on the hardest difficulty, that would be a very nice thing to turn off, because after you played the game all the way through, you kind of probably have seen all the
what we need to do?
What?
We need to do a live stream of it and try and speedrun it.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
World record.
Yeah, I don't have a specific channel set up for the podcast on Twitch, but I Twitch on my personal account, just playing Game Beasts and stuff. So if us live streaming games is something you guys would be interested in, on a side note, let us know, social media or something. I probably wouldn't have a problem doing that. Sounds like fun.
Yeah, I'd enjoy doing that.
We play stuff pretty often.
Y'all don't have to donate or nothing. It'd just be for fun.
Yeah, just the love of the game. Yeah, I'm super pumped up, and that would be a lot of fun. Even live streaming our first playthrough would be kind of dope.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, if we find some way to get our hands on a copy early, I'd lose it. That'd be the most amazing
I would too. I'd be that'd be the holy grail, dude.
I get an email saying, "Hey, here's a copy early." I'd be like, "All right, I'm leaving work early. I'm gonna get a ticket on the way home."
Sorry, Matt. This dude got to wait on that engine a little longer. We getting some Dead Island gameplay in.
I think with it, and that's another thing too, with it being in the United States, or in a condensed city, it's gonna be it's gonna have a whole nother atmospheric feel. It's not going to be like an island, and I don't know. I still hope that there are beaches we can go on, and hopefully
it looked like Yeah, they were on the beach. They were at the like a pier.
You watched a whole different trailer than me. I'm gonna have to go back and watch
Yeah,
the
they're
trailer
on the
you
beach. It
watched.
looked like GTA 5 over there.
Oh, that's so cool, dude. I hope there is like a whole pier amusement park like there is in
There
GTA 5.
is.
Oh, okay.
There's a Ferris wheel.
That's
I don't know
so
if there's like
cool.
a ride or nothing, but there's Ferris wheel. So
Dude, this game's gonna be so much fun. Like there's so much to
for
look
sure,
at. Like that
there's so much content in this game.
that's the thing with Dead Island 1, like it's just like you go walking around, it's just bungalow after bungalow or city building
Yeah,
after city building. It's it that being in Hollywood or California, there's so much to look at, so much to do. Like I'm super excited.
yeah. I'm sure the map's gonna be quite a bit bigger.
I hope that they don't get any crap for it being Dead Island, but it's not really on an island. I hope that's not the case. I don't think so though.
I don't think. Yeah.
Like the game looks super cool. What do you think about the drop kick instead of like the regular kick?
Uh, I'm indifferent on it. I don't. It kind of sucks that I get it though, because you're probably not gonna kick a zombie down if it's full sprint at you,
Yeah, that was a
unless
nice
you're
thing though
drop
to
kicking
break
that
like an
shit.
infected sprint.
Yeah, for sure. But it's kind of overpowered the kicking for sure.
I hope they added like more special abilities per zombie. Like the thug has like some sort of grabbing ability, or like
Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see what all we can do with like. I'm sure that. Did you see the skill tree? Because I didn't see nothing about skill tree
I
or
didn't
nothing.
see the skill tree, but I did hear that they were each character is going to have its own unique skills, kind of like the
Yeah.
first game.
So I'm guessing there's gonna be skills to unlock at least.
Did you see where they brought back Fury mode?
I didn't.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it's like you can't pick every skill. You have to choose certain different ones, like Dead Island 1. You can unlock everything.
Oh, okay. You're saying you have to follow a specific tree, like unlock it one at a time, kind of like the
Yeah,
survival Fury tree. That.
like you only get so many points, and you can't unlock everything, so there has to be compromise.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah. So pretty much have like a guy dedicated to opening boxes, kind of like the first one, and like all that.
Yeah, just have like if you're playing as a team, you can have everyone specific, or you can have an all-around build or whatever.
Yeah.
I would like to see that.
The Fury part, from what they said in the one I watched, is each Fury ability is based off of a ability that a zombie has. So, and from what
Huh.
it looked like, that the character I was watching, or the player I was watching, it looked like they had like the ability of an infected. They were like booking it across the room and like beating up another zombie.
What?
Yeah. So
Yeah, we got the Ram Fury ability.
oh my god, I don't remember if I saw it. Did you see a ram in your trailer that we watched?
No, I did not.
I didn't see a ram, but I definitely saw a thug, and I think he said something about a floater bloater or something like that. I don't know where that would fit into the scene of being in the United States, but I'm optimistic. Probably
Well,
one of my
one had the floater, right, or whatever he's called.
yeah. I hope guns are a little bit better against zombies. It kind of sucks that
They
they're
looked like it in the trailer. They looked like you didn't have to spray all your ammo into one.
yeah. I
I
saw
always
like
hated how it wasn't like a one shot headshot.
right yeah on a zombie, like that's insane.
It's not, if it goes through a person's skull, it should definitely go through a decaying person's skull.
Like why even have guns if they're just going to
Because
be
you can one shot headshot a person, but a zombie, no. It like unless the virus just doesn't work like that, but that doesn't make sense.
yeah. Like, why even have guns if it's only useful against one type of enemy? Like, that seems really redundant. I would have rather just had more melee weapons, honestly.
Speaking of melee weapons, they look like the best I've ever seen in the game.
Yeah, it looked like a lot more of your mundane items are going to be weapons. Like, I saw somebody using a claw hammer, or like,
Yeah,
just
like
random
something you'd
stuff.
see in real life.
Yeah, yeah,
Just what you can find at the spur of the moment.
yeah. I saw the return of like the brass knuckles with the swords on them, but they're like electrified from the mod that the person added. Like, that's just
I should
something.
have expected brass knuckles. That's like a trademark Dead Island with them.
Yeah, Sam B. Well, Sam B was more sledgehammer, but he had them brass knuckles too.
For sure. Catch him in fury with them and you gone.
Yeah, I wonder if they're just gonna wait until release day for us to find out that at least one of those characters is one of the recurring bunch. I feel like that could happen.
Maybe. I don't really know how that would be.
Yeah, I don't know either. Unless they like returned from.
I could see
Wow.
relatives of them for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it probably wouldn't be Sam B because we know he's from New Orleans.
Part of me really wants to see them connect the two
That's where they're
stories.
from on that Island one. I can't remember where they're from.
Yeah, I don't remember either. I know. I think Logan was like from somewhere southern, like from the south.
Texas or something.
Yeah, and like you said, Sam B's from New Orleans.
And then the Chinese lady was from China.
Right.
So it leaves the cop. And I can't remember where she was from.
Yeah, I don't. I could see her being the one because, like I said, the character with the katana and everything. I don't know. It just reminded me of that. Part of me feels like it might be a stretch that they try to connect the stories, and for them not even to put in the effort of trying to connect the stories. But I'm here for either or.
I feel like they're not gonna connect the stories.
And if not, like I said, it looks like they killed it. Like I'm okay with a full new story.
This is how much is the game? Is it even $60?
Yeah, it's I think it's $60 because.
Still, this game's worth $60. Like,
Oh yeah. Yeah, the only thing I've noticed is it's only on Epic. I haven't seen it on Steam yet, so I think it's going to be an Epic exclusive.
that's kind of annoying to be honest.
Yeah, but you know how these game franchises are. They're anywhere they can make a buck.
I can't blame them. If I can live the rest of my life easy just because my game's on a different platform.
It's a whole nother launcher I got to keep updated.
I know.
Every time I log into Epic, I got to do an update.
I got like 8, not even joking, bro.
8 what?
I
Launchers?
feel like I could just go on. Yeah, I got like Steam, Wargaming, BattleNet, Minecraft, Origin, CurseForge, Riot, Epic, Enlisted.
I just wish everything was on Steam. They already have like 90% of things.
You can add stuff to Steam, but you still gotta use the launcher. Like, I use Steam to open the game, maybe not use the launcher. I don't know. I did it for World of Tanks, so I can't remember if it opened the launcher or not.
Yeah, that's out of all the games that are coming out this year.
This is the one to look out for, I think.
I don't know. Yeah, I would say
You got another one in mind?
I would say Ark 2, but Ark 2 made me
I
pretty.
got higher hopes for Dead Island.
I do too. I do too, especially after hearing about the combat and stuff. I'm pretty hung up on that.
I'll tell you this, I will much rather buy Dead Island 2 than the Call of Duty release this year. I'm probably not even gonna buy the Call of Duty release.
Unless Treyarch like just does something crazy.
Well, it ain't Treyarch, right? It's skipping them, ain't it?
Oh, I'm not sure. I thought for sure it was Treyarch's turn because of.
I think it's Sledgehammer Games going back into it or
Huh.
something. I can't remember.
Well, that sounds like I'm saving $60 this year.
Yeah, it sounds like it to me. I'm about done with Call of Duty.
Party Animals is supposed to come out this year, which would be the big fire
That's
me up.
definitely, yeah, that's definitely a good game. Like that's not even $60, is it?
No, it'd probably be like 20. I'm sure 20.
Yeah,
30. It's like an indie game kind of.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that one.
That's like the best game to like get on with somebody who, if like your buddy likes a different game genre than you or whatever, it's just like that's the
Anyone
best party
can play
game.
that game and have fun.
Like who don't want to beat up their friends? I mean, honestly.
Yeah.
Like
Or maybe perform other activities.
you'd have to tune into live stream to see the other activities. To be frank.
Yeah. I don't think we can mention such.
The disclosure of such activities might result in negative impact.
But don't worry. It is all. No, it isn't. Never mind.
Yeah, fired up about Dead Island 2. Can't wait. And the fact that it is literally coming out in a month and a half excites me to no end. And like, oh my, so many good games coming out this year.
Dude, ever since that 2014 trailer came out, I've just been wanting. That trailer was so good. Like that song, that just whole trailer was like perfect.
If they had had Eminem make them a custom song, it would have been knocked out of the park for you.
I literally would have like bought Eminem merch for this game.
Eminem X Dead Island 2. I could see that too with like Bash going on like a zombie rampage with Eminem rapping in the background. That would be so good. Or like Berserk
for
would
sure.
be
I could totally see his music in the game.
Survival of the Fittest would have been such a perfect background for that
Yeah.
trailer, like a zombie slasher game.
Hmm. Well, it already is in the zombie game. Call of Duty Zombies has Eminem.
Oh yeah, I still haven't watched that. Are you talking about in 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to check that
There
out.
might be one other map. I can't remember.
I
But
mean,
no,
COD
it might
Ghost,
just be
but
that one. But that one's,
can't really count COD Ghost because it was multiplayer.
yeah, that was Extinction, sir.
There's a lot of super big games coming out this year. This is a big year for gaming with Dead Island 2, Ark 2. You know, Party Animals isn't really on anybody's radar but us probably, and like 10,000 other people in the Discord. I if you're a big PlayStation fan, Last of Us is coming. Part 1's coming to
Yeah.
Steam. My wife is like fired up. She can't wait. And especially, I think a lot of people are going to look into it because it's on HBO now. So it's on. A lot of people are just now finding out about it.
Man, I'll tell you, and just speaking of like The Last of Us, that HBO, like the series is, I'll just talk on that for a second. That's seriously one of the best like game to series adaptations I've ever watched.
A lot of people say too that like a lot of the times whenever games try to make shows out of their game, it just turns out terrible.
It's usually really rare that even happens and then happens good. So it's really nice to see that a good game had a good adaptation.
I'll say I've never played the game, never watched a video of the game. I just like my wife will put it on, and I'll just jump into an episode and start watching it. It's like it's such a good show, and I don't even know nothing about the characters or nothing. It's just like a really good show. It's well made. Like, oh man, it's really really good. And of course, my wife is just eating it up because it's all lore to her because she's played the games like 80 times through.
I feel like art could almost have its own.
Yeah, it is. It is making its own show. What do you mean?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's going to be like more of an anime style show.
Oh yeah, that's right. You mentioned that to me.
I don't know.
I feel like that will be cool.
Yeah, especially if you
Can
were
you
like,
imagine an anime with like a Tech Rex?
well, if you're one of those nerds who read through all the Explorer notes like I did, you're pretty fired up about it. Like seeing the whole story play out with Rockwell.
Was it Rockwell?
And Rockwell, and I can't remember all the characters off. There's like three main characters, and it's kind of cool because one person cares about nothing but war and like conquering the whole island. One person cares about the health and the wellness of the dinos and just want to keep them healthy. And then there's like one other character that really just wants to study them overall, and they kind of partner up with the person who cares a lot. It's kind of a whole thing, but it's definitely show worthy, and I hope they do something good with it. And I've never been much into anime, but I would definitely give it a very good chance. I'd probably watch a few episodes even if I really didn't like it, just to give it a full chance.
For sure.
Yeah,
I can't think of any other games coming out this year that I'm actually.
Call of Duty, but like I said, it's probably gonna be terrible.
I mean, it's on the radar, but it ain't on the top.
No, definitely.
If Castle Miner Z2 came out, I'd be more excited about that.
Oh my God, Castle Miner Z2, that would be awesome.
It deserves to be up there on Call of Duty's level.
A game that I was excited about just came out since we recorded our last episode, Sons of the Forest. I
know. I'm really thinking about getting that.
Yeah. Logan already has started playing it, and I'm just waiting for it to go on a Steam sale because I got to buy 2 copies. So,
oh yeah,
that's the main reason I'm kind of holding off because me and my wife just beat Forest 1, and we both really want to play Sons of the Forest because we really enjoyed that game. It was fun. And from what I heard, it's got a lot more mutants, which sounds like a lot of fun. Oh,
yeah, I saw a clip on there that just like blew my mind with a mutant.
Yeah, there's like you probably saw the one where there's like 8 heads all stacked up like on one body. Looks like human centipede, but it's going up.
That sounds terrifying though.
Yeah, and I think there's like a crawler or something on this one. Like it's terrifying. That game.
I just know that they'd be going crazy on the original The Forest.
Yeah, that game was like, ooh, it was wild. Like if they had, that was the thing too. They didn't have much of a budget because I guess it was kind of like an indie game project. But the boss,
It pretty much was, yeah.
if the boss like was on any Unreal Engine, it would have looked intense, but like it looked kind of a little bit gummy because of the indie software. It is still super cool. I can't imagine I mean, I don't know what their budget was for this game, but it's got to be good. Like, it's got to be.
Oh, it's a lot better than the original game.
And hopefully it's got a good story behind it and everything, because we really enjoyed the storyline of it. That's the thing I like most about survival games that have stories, because you don't necessarily have to do the story, but you kind of have...
It gives you a purpose.
Yeah, you can do it at your own pace, whatever. I think that's a good aspect of what makes a good survival game, is having a story that's optional. It sounds kind of terrible, but it does give you purpose. But
yeah, I feel like you'll eventually get tired of the free roam and actually want to do the story.
Yeah, it's kind of like 7 days. It's like at some point, you're just like slaying everything, and there's no end. There's no end game.
Yeah.
If I didn't mention at some point during the beginning clips, which I'm going to try to remember, but I'm making cutoff for t-shirt orders at the end of the month. So if you want a t-shirt, email us at carsandhealthbars@gmail.com, and make sure you make the subject line t-shirt so I can single out your emails and remember them. And I guess we can handle all that at a later date with the addresses and stuff. But if you're interested in a t-shirt, email us and we'll get with you on prices and all that good stuff. And that's all I have for this episode, Jordan. If you got anything else, we'll throw it to an outro.
That's all.
That's all, folks. I really hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, make sure you follow and rate us on whatever podcasting platform you're listening to us on. And we will catch you on Tune In Tuesday next week. Have a good weekend, guys.